Donny Lalonde has always been a fighter. Who could forget the Winnipeg boxer's bout with Sugar Ray Leonard? Certainly not Sugar Ray, who hit the floor for only the second time in his career.
And Leonard goes down!
But now Lalonde is fighting something else: angry investors. After retiring from boxing, Donny Lalonde got into the real estate market in BC. It didn't pan out. He went bankrupt in 2004, owing creditors $1.4 million. But Lalonde wasn't down for the count. Far from it. He relocated to Central America, and the Panama Papers pick up the story from there. The Panama Papers is a massive leak of more than 11.5 million financial and legal records from Panamanian law firm Mossack Fonseca. Lalonde's name turns up hundreds of times in the database. The Panama Papers reveal Lalonde opened the first of his Panamanian accounts in 2004, and from his new home in Costa Rica, he entered the real estate ring once again. Among his projects, El Escape, billed as a cowboy-themed community, and Howler Ridge, an ocean view community built around a golf course. The concepts were charming, and so was Lalonde.
When I met Donny back in 2004, I was really attracted to his warm, charming sense about him. He was a very kind individual who definitely was a family man. If you can pull them out, honey, okay?
Daphne Buellert and Lalonde struck up a close friendship. She took out a loan of $55,000 US against her BC home to buy into El Escape. But as the years went by, nothing seemed to happen at the site.
So I approached Donny and I'd asked him if I could possibly get my money back. And he was gracious enough. He said that he would definitely look into it and that I would be second in line because there was someone else that was also wanting their money back. And so patiently I kept waiting. There's a lot of stalls involved, I've found, with Donny. There was always stalls of time.
That was 5 years ago. Today, Buellert doesn't have a deed, and she doesn't have her money back.
I have nothing except interest payments.
Really angry. I'm not happy at all.
Sue Lindstrom went in on 2 lots with some friends. When the project stalled and the excuses mounted, she leaned on a clause in her contract to get her money back. She never did recoup the full amount and says she lost $20,000.
Well, I am not a rich person, so of course that money was something I was counting on. I am retired, not a very large pension, and it's just a little bit of an added worry about how much money I'll have.
Broken finances, broken friendships.
I feel very betrayed. I thought we had a wonderful friendship. I truly did, and I feel duped, completely taken advantage of.
And they aren't the only ones. A lawyer confirms 29 investors are now trying to initiate legal action against Lalonde in Costa Rica. Thing is, he's not there anymore. Over the centuries, the Mediterranean island of Malta has been claimed by the Spanish, the Italians, the French, and the British.
What can I say? I mean, there's so much about Malta. You want to go to Sicily, jump in a boat, and you're there in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, it's where Donny Lalonde calls home.
I came to Malta actually after a job offer to be the president of Malta Boxing Commission, and decided it was more for a Maltese person. But when I walked into the gym, I just felt the passion of the people of this country.
And a passion for training a young boxer who reminds him an awful lot of himself.
I was just like, man, that guy is like me when I was like 20 years old. You know, he's just so unorthodox, but so dynamic. And when he smiles, he lights the room up.
There's no doubt Lalonde knows the boxing business, but we're here to talk about his business interests revealed in the Panama Papers, the Costa Rican developments, and those angry investors. Lalonde says everything was going fine until the world financial market crashed in 2008, and some investors did get their money back.
40% of El Escape investors who have requested their money, 40% of all the El Escape investors requested their money back and got their money back. Some also requested the money back and there's no money to give them. It's called insolvency.
And he apologizes to his old friend Daphne, who gave him $55,000 and got nothing in return.
I love you, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry that you don't have that money, and I can't wait for you to get it back. You're a sweetheart, and it's just you got caught in the downturn. You bought right when the thing died. Sorry.
Lalonde says he walked away from those developments 3 years ago. He handed them over to a longtime friend and business partner, and he says 90% of Howler Ridge has been delivered. He says the projects are moving along, and one day they will flourish.
These will be one of the most successful, most beautiful projects Costa Rica has ever had.
As for those rumblings of legal action in the country he left behind, the Golden Boy comes out swinging.
Well, these guys can do whatever they want. I know my legal position. I know what I did. I've got a draft of every single penny in these projects. I have nothing to be concerned about. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you.
Are these?
But in the other corner, investors like Daphne Buellert are hoping to go another round with the boxer through the Costa Rican courts.
I would love to get my money back and interest, and I'd like to see some vindication. I'd like to think that let the courts decide what should really occur here.
He might or might not.
Lalonde says he has a clear conscience. He's working on his memoirs in Malta, and he's adamant the truth around his business dealings will come out.
There's a few things in life that are guaranteed to show themselves really quickly. Somebody wrote this recently, and I saw it. The sun rising, the moon rising, and the truth. And the truth will show itself in this situation, in every situation in life.
The question is, whose truth will ultimately prevail? Katie Nicholson, CBC News, St. Julian's, Malta.